respondent stated that he had assumed that almost everybody had disagreed and didn't support the gay marriage. Well, here's a fact. In November 4, 2008, 52.3% of California voters approved a ballot measure, Proposition 8, which made same-sex marriage illegal in the state. Almost half of, if it had been passed, nearly 48.7% of the people had voted to make gay marriage legal. Also, the Supreme Court national debate on gay marriage was sparked by the Supreme Court of Hawaii's 3-1 ruling in May 5, 1993, that the state would not ban same-sex marriage without a compelling reason to do so. The state was sent back to the lower court, but voters approved a constitutional amendment to ban same-sex marriage before the court settled the issue, which still shows how many people still aren't ready to move on to the next tradition, and they're not ready for what's about to happen. Not allowing them to marry is not discrimination because it is under the Equal Rights Amendment that Ron has stated. If discrimination against gays were considered to fall within the same category as race-based classifications, the case against some sex marriage prohibition would appear to be quite strong. The court, however, has not found that the sexual orientation is a specifically protected case under the Equal Protection Clause. We do not discriminate against gays, Jeffrey Jones has said. Americans are now more accepting of gays and lesbians than any point in the last 3 decades, and if not the U.S. history, which shows that people are accepting it, but they just do not want the gays to be able to get married in churches. They're asking for special treatment. Man has a right to marry a woman, and a woman has a right to marry a man. Homosexuals are as keen to marry whomever they want. They can marry whoever they want. They just can't make it legalized in the other 14 states that aren't legal now. Between gays and lesbians, it's an immoral marriage. Gays could potentially lead down to self-giving, ending with giving people polygamous and incestuous beso and other traditional relationships the right to marry in a poll taken on a website from gaymarriage.org. It shows how that if gay marriage were to be passed, there would be polygamy, which means that they can also, anyone can marry whoever they want. So they can marry their brother, they can marry their sister. They can marry two women. If the definition of marriage is love, then they can, if they love their 2 brothers and sisters, then they can marry them. That's not right. To end our side, in August 4, 2010, the Church of Jesus Christ of Mary Latter Saints released a statement saying marriage is between a man and a woman and is the bedrock of society. Also, Baker versus Nelson, the definition of marriage. In October 15, 1971, a decision between Baker and Nelson, the Supreme Court of Minnesota found that the institution of marriage as a union of man and woman uniquely involving the procreation and rearing of children within a family as old as the Book of Genesis, which is to show how having heterosexual marriage is tradition and that should not be changed.